Mel Kiper. Shout out to Mel Kiper, the big draft guru. Guru. He did drop another one of them there big boy mock drafts, the way that he has been going about it for the past decade plus. Shout out to the legend. But with that being the case, he did have us, taking a player in the first round, not trading back, not trading up or anything like that. But I was a little bit surprised with the player that he had us taken. Okay. So for Mel Kiper Jr. in this mock, he has it where we are drafting Derek Harmon, the D tackle out of Oregon. Okay. And what he says about Derek Harmon, or what he says is the thought process behind, drafting D tackle Derek Harmon out of Oregon at pick 21. He says the Steelers could go in a handful of directions. I'm going to assume they sign Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, which will take care of the quarterback position. Running back is potential play if Ashton Jeanty or Omarion Hampton. Ashton Jeanty is running back from Boise State. Omarion Hampton is the running back from UNC. Is available, given Najee Harris went to the Chargers. Cornerback also could be the move, as new signing Darius Slade Jr. is 34 and on a 1-year deal. However, I'm addressing the defensive line in my projection. He says Cameron Hayward had 8 sacks last year, but he will turn 36 this summer. There could be a hole alongside Keanu Benton sooner rather than later. Harmon has the versatility to move all over the D-line, but his best spot is inside, where he can use his speed and power to be disruptive. He had 35 pressures and 10 tackles for loss last season. So I'm going to tell you, man, straight up, Derek Harmon, I like. He for certain has positional flexibility out of Oregon. He wore that 5'5". And y'all know how I feel about people in that 5'5". It just hit different. And with Derek, he can play against the run, can play against the pass, or can rush the passer. Can play the zero technique in terms of nose tackle and the 3-4 base defense. That's what Montravius Adams has played for us at times. He could play the 5 technique. That's what Cam Hayward has played for us at times, or Larry Ogunjobi. He can play that. You can keep him on the field in sub-package ball, where he's a 1 technique. That's what you see at times when Keanu Benton is out there on passing downs or nickel defense with Cam Hayward. Cam would be the 3 technique, and that's the guy that lines up over the guard, right? The guy that's next to the center. So with that, when I look at Derek Harmon, yeah, there are a ton of positives to his game. He has good size, has good strength. Like I said, man, I think his burst, his hand usage, and his ability to get skinny through, the trash, right? When you're splitting a double team, where you're, pass rushing, you're trying to hit an inside move. Can you get skinny flipping your hips? He does that really well. I like the effort that he plays with. Also, I like the fact that he was in Oregon these past couple of years, man, playing under a super competitive, playing under a super competitive coach and program that, had won a ton of games these past couple of seasons, man. So when I think of that, I'm like, yeah, I think Derek Harmon brings a lot to the table. I think that mitigates the loss of Larry Ogunjobi in free agency. I think that gets you younger at the position when we talk about Cam Hayward's age. And yeah, you don't have to feel like you're reaching for him either at that spot. And I think that that's another positive to it. Me personally, though, do I still feel like quarterback is something that we would need to heavily consider at, the first round, because I know in his mock, he's saying under the impression that we have a Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. We will see. But if there is a scenario where we don't have those guys, which also could be legitimate, I just think that we would view drafting a quarterback to bring in competition or feel like he could be the answer at quarterback. I think that would still be the approach. But I don't hate the Derek Harmon mock right there, man. And like I said, man, Derek is a good player. Don't get it twisted, man. Like, he would for certain come in here and upgrade us interior D-line wise. You would feel the uptick in production versus the run and versus the pass because he is productive, he is violent, and he can generate pressure, as you saw with the 35 pressures, 10 tackles for loss just this past season. That's production, man. And yeah, he wouldn't have to come in here and be Superman. He would be essentially, the third guy when you're talking about Cam Keanu. And from there, it's like, yeah, you get a chance to learn from Cam. You get a chance to compete with Keanu and company. I don't hate that. I could definitely get behind it, man. I do want to see, though, some of the quarterbacks or some of the players that were picked just around that spot or who was remaining on the board. He had Tetsuo McMillan, right, the big boy wide receiver out of Arizona, get drafted right before the Steelers at pick 20 to the Broncos. But then after that, Matthew Golden, wide receiver from Texas, went to the Chargers at 22. Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver from Ohio State, went to the Packers at 23 in terms of for Mel Kiper's mock draft, right? Jahdae Barron, the corner from Texas, went to the Vikings at 24 after that. Let's see. Azariah Thomas, the corner from Florida State, went to the Rams at 26 in this mock. Let me see. Is there... Maxwell Harrison, corner from Kentucky, went to the Commanders in this mock at 29. Kenneth Grant, the D tackle from Michigan, he has going to the Bills at 30 in this mock draft. And Walter Nolan, that's another guy that we talked about, man, the D tackle out of Ole Miss. He had him going in the first round as well, 32 overall. So we see that, man, with this mock, it's like, man, if we went the Derek Harmon route, how many other D tackles, interior D linemen are going in that first round? So we do know if we want one of those guys, you're not going to probably be able to get that later. If you want one of those guys that can come in here and really be a difference maker early on. Let me see how many quarterbacks he actually had go in this mock as well. Let's see. Or in this first round of this mock. All right. Nope. Oh, here we go. So he had Jackson Dart, right? Somebody brought him up earlier. Say, yo, draft Dart, have him come in here, man, even if we were to bring in Rodgers. In this mock draft, Mel Kiper Jr. has Jackson Dart going 9th overall to the New Orleans Saints. If that's the case, man, we're not drafting Jackson Dart. I'm just going to tell y'all on the front end. If he's going 9th overall, we're not taking that, man. All right. Let's see who else he had going. Then he has Shador going at 3 overall to the Giants. Then he has Cam Ward 1 overall to the Titans. So he has 3 quarterbacks going in the first round. Jackson Dart, Shador Sanders, and Cam Ward. Okay. So a little bit different, man. In terms of some of the guys that he has and where he has them going. Yeah, but if Jackson Dart is going at 9th overall, man, in that top 10 area, yeah, good luck with that. All right. But interesting enough, he did not have any Will Howard, no Jalen Milroe, no, oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank on my man, Show from Louisville, and I think those are the only names that were really considered as first round guys or even talked about potentially being in that first round from for this upcoming class. All right. And then X Concepts asks, is Jackson Dart the Josh Allen 2.0 like the media is claiming? Man, I just think that that's, lofty expectations to put on that guy, man. Josh is coming off of winning a league MVP. Josh has done a ton, in terms of just individual accolades and success and production. And he's proven to be an outlier at the position, man. There's not a lot of quarterbacks that have done what he's done. So even with Jackson Dart, it's like, yeah, you might be big, strong, fast, or not fast, but like, big, strong arm and can move. But it's like, man, Josh, like, that's like comparing Jackson Dart and say, yo, you can be the next Big Ben. It's like, bro, these dudes, when they get to that stage, man, they are like at a whole nother galaxy dang near, man, from even a development standpoint. So could he develop into that from a passing standpoint? Yes, I think he profiles to that. I think his body profiles Josh, but I think his game profiles more Ben in terms of his running style or his athleticism in comparison to Josh Allen, who we do see like when he decides to run, like his athleticism shows a little bit more in terms of how fluid he is in space, how he can, drop his body weight to change direction a little bit more fluidly and accelerate also at a higher clip. I would just say that to me, I think that's more of a difference, man. But I like Dart's arm. I like what he profiles from that standpoint. I just don't know how long it takes for him to develop all of the things he's going to need to develop to be QB1 and to, even scratch the surface of some of these comparisons to whether you're talking to Josh Allen or Big Ben, because those are two dudes where you're talking about Big Ben is a future first ballot Hall of Famer and Josh Allen, who's more than likely going to be a future Hall of Famer when he's done as well. It's like, man, that's, to just throw that on a younger dude, man, that's a lot. And I just think that it's really tough when you compare these dudes to those type of animals, man. It's like when people were even comparing, I think it was Bijan. And it's like, oh, he's like a Saquon Barkley type. He's like, bro, he's nice, but we're going to see if it's that. Like, that's different. Or is it Christian McCaffrey? It's like, yo, he's nice, but let's see, like, them dudes been doing this for a while, man, and have reached some crazy heights, man. Like, you can be a great talent, but still it doesn't, turn into this level of production or this level of substance. And that's the part that I know us as fans, man, we have a hard time grasping. We like, hey, bro, why doesn't that turn into that? You like, because that's a unicorn, bro. He looked like that, but that ain't that. With prime time say it looked wet, turns into Jerry Curl, but it was dry though. Yeah, them look like the same players, but them ain't the same players, bro. Yeah, and sometimes you just got to understand that. And it's like with Josh, Ben, Burrow, Jackson, it's like they might look like some of these other guys that we comp them to, but no, them different, them unicorns, man. So that's the thing. Like I said, we will see with Jackson Dart in that capacity, but to bring it back home with the mock draft, man, I do, like I said, I can see the Derek Harmon vision. And like I said, he rocked that 5'5". So, if you're rocking that 5'5", I'm going to get with it. And I like the Oregon colorway too, man. Shout out to Oregon. All right. Like I said, y'all was playing some ball over there, man. Was it Coach Danny over there? Hey, got your boys right. Got them boys right. So I ain't hating it. But y'all let me know. All right. Y'all let me know.